Hello and welcome. And thank you for tuning in to ACBN Radio. Another broadcast that we're running through like a regular show. How you doing, everybody? Get ready, get ready!
All is well, like yourself, sometimes I wanna cry. You will never fall from these misfortune turns to knowledge, and knowledge turns to strength. Strength helps you move on, and move on is what I did.
Big shout out to E-Town Concrete of New Jersey.
Look at what you've done. Telling me I don't count, and that I won't amount to much. It's such a losing touch, and it's fucked up. Shook the heads and sucked up. When I was young, it was all about hate. At a time, I changed my mind. Now it's back to base. Walk through the flame with the pain in mind. That's alright, cause I'm doubtless I will survive. Why can't you just let me be? Why must you stand in my way? Now I'm waiting for the day. When you see the light I see. Look at what you've done. Look at what you've done. If I took your life, could I keep mine? If I took your life, could I keep mine? If I took your life, could I keep mine? When I was young, it was all around it. At a time, I changed my mind. Now it's like that. That's the living hell. Now we all gotta go. That's the right to be out there. All is well, like yourself, sometimes I wanna cry. You will never fall from these misfortune turns to knowledge, and knowledge turns to strength. Strength helps you move on, and move on is what I did. It's what I did and you that matter.
And hello. Back here. I had my devil horns up, my metal devil horns up, both hands the whole friggin' time. Okay. Big shout out to E-Town Concrete again. Man, E-Town Concrete. The first time I seen E-Town Concrete, it was crazy. I think it was at um this club down in South Jersey. Something. Oh, Stalin Ballroom. Yeah, that's where I seen them. Holy crap! Fucking pit was like, you definitely could get killed. Oh man, I love E-Town Concrete, boy. The song Cycles. Oh god, this is a special show. This is not Artist and Circuit Review. This is a straight, you know, ACBN update. And I'm actually, what am I doing? Should be letting this.
Change lead time is a really important metric for your company because what it's doing is
Sorry about that.
quickly.
I promised I was gonna let the music play. Play some more E-Town. You can probably hear it. I don't want to put it too loud. Okay. So, yeah, man, Vinny, I think his name is. Uh, man, it was a long time ago. It was like, oh, it was like, uh, maybe it was like 96, Oh, you know what? It was like 1992 or 93. If I'm wrong about the years, it's because that was a long time ago. Anyway, I can't remember. It was one of those 90s. I know that I was listening to E-Town Concrete, Sepultura, Life of Agony, um, Candiria, Hatebreed. I was listening to all that when my firstborn was born. That was a very long time ago. Nah. If you heard this, she's probably like, what the? My kids get mad at me no matter what. If I breathe, they're like, why did you breathe that way? Nah. I'm exaggerating, but that's how they act. I don't care if they get mad. I'm a different type of dad, you know what I'm saying? They know. They get ninja'd up, boy. What? Nah. I love my kids. I'm just joking. Anyway, so today is Wednesday, January 25th, 2023. It is 12:46 a.m. And I always I'm thinking I got all these things like ready, and I laugh so hard because like I had everything ready except for the weather. It is 48 degrees Fahrenheit in the great city of Los Angeles. We are in a welcome to Aquarius season. Yeah, we're in Aquarius season. So, it is 5 degrees. The sun is 5 degrees in Aquarius, and the moon, which is going to a quarter towards the full moon, or well, quarter right now. You say it like that. It is 23 degrees in Pisces. You know what that means right now. You know what that means right now, that the moon is right now. It means Sarava, Exu, Asmodeus. They say Asmodeus. Asmodeus. I like calling him Asmodeus. That's the Pisces, boy. The Pisces of Goetia. All right. So, yeah, it is the waning crescent. See, that's what I was saying. It's different. 4-point day-old moon, 16.7% lit. Dun, dun, dun. Knock them all out. I can X out of that. Wait, no, X out of that. Out of that. I had them all ready and stuff like that, so, But, what's going on, everybody? I don't know if I'm doing this in order, but before we get into the news is pretty funny and cool. I got something. I don't know why. Sometimes some of these news things, these people, I don't know if they pay for it. I swear to God, I don't know who these people are. But anyway, so because this is an update, not really about artists and circuit review, I'm not gonna have to talk about the music and the artists too much. I'm just gonna play them, but I still give a shout out and whatever. Anyway, so a long time ago, I had a Mackie Pro 16. Ow.
It could have been 12. It could have been 1632 channel. I don't friggin' remember. Maybe it wasn't a 32. I don't know. It was a nice. It was a nice one. It was a nice big. I had these speakers and everything that were preamped, which is normal now. I'll tell you what though. I'll never forget when I was a little kid. I went to a house party or block party, whatever. And the guy that was not necessarily the DJ, but they had an amp, and they must have had a record player or a tape player or the radio, and the speakers were twice my size. I can't remember. 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't remember how old I was. But all I know is that those speakers were so bumpy and bump. Like the bass, the mid-range, everything was so perfect and just a perfect sound. You know, technology, it just always, like, there's a time you think that the present is the best. It's not. I'm telling you, those wooden boxes that were tight with the whatever this, the gross charcoal carpeting. Well, I'm just saying that, whatever. It doesn't have to be any friggin' color. It could be black or it could be whatever. It doesn't matter. But I'm not talking about when they started using, as my shop teacher in Jersey would say, fruit wood. I mean, plywood, whatever. It's not fruit wood, but certain wood, Oh, no, not fruit wood. Not my bad. You know what? I was thinking of plywood anyway. Now, speakers that were like, let's say, for argument's sake, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, but let's just say I'm right. And let's paint a picture here. Think about the 80s, right? Think about maybe like 84, 85, right? And think about Elektra Records or somebody like that. Imagine the speakers so super punchy, bassy, powerful, but there's no kind of distortion. There's no extra sound. All this using this and using that and using, whatever. What was the things that they said about the microphone? Not just a condenser, but some other little tiny piece like a condenser. Anyway, yeah, I know the dynamic range and the condenser type and different mics. That's perfect. Look at that. I think that's. Oh, wait, actually. Hold on 1 second. I thought I had this all fixed. Hurry up! Oh, shit, I almost. All right, now that is perfect right there. That's a perfect sound. I love it. My first time using my little really amazing. Well, it's a little Sony $10, but they look cool and everything. It's got that problem, when you plug it in all the way, it goes to like the left. Yeah. But this is nice. This is really nice. And so, I'm using this right now, but this is an Audio Pro, and this is not in the mixer. But there is a change with using the Tascam. And they're like, no, you can't use that, man. You could do a converter. And anyway, it's programmed to that, so I don't care what you say, man. I'm gonna have to lower this a little because they're getting a little loud. Right, that's good. So, what I love to do most of all is like the real equalization of sound and balance. Because you know why? Because yesterday I was using a dynamic mic and I was making that shit sound lovely. You know what I mean? It's a Behringer 12 slot. Big up to Jack Nice for the donation to ACBN. Thank you very much. So, I was happy because I'm listening to stuff. I finally got the CD player to work. I'm just hooking this stuff up because I'm trying to see what works. I'm trying to everything I can, this is a computer mixer that's supposed to patch in calls from the phone. Okay, that's why I'm using it. And they even said, this is the best for podcasts. So that's what we're doing, Anyway, I like this. I really like, I don't know why. Like I said, I used to have a PA system, and I wouldn't have had to worry about anything, because anything I was like, oh, just hook it up here, just hook it up there. And that's what I wanted to do. I'm so mad. I'm going to get a PA system. Well, I'm closer and... Oh, jeez. Excuse me. I am closer and closer to having everything hooked up. I got some stuff that, it's not probably the most up-to-date technology, but hell, man. Anyway, I totally like right now. This is great because let me see. Oh, you know what? See, that's the thing, man. I turned it down, and it's just so perfect. The range, the sound, the power. Some people would not want to buy certain microphones. Hell, I immediately, and I think a lot of people like it. Sure. I think, if I'm not mistaken, if I sound like whatever, it's my own fault, I guess. I should have known this stuff. Being in the vocals, now, I had this mic. I think it was like a $400 mic, $500 mic, $600, $700. And it's an Electro Voice. And it had a reverse impedance in it, meaning that even though this is a condenser mic, you can still hear me. See, with a reverse impedance, this mic, I used to take it to the studio with me all the time, but it was actually for recording in a studio. But I didn't care. I used it all the time. It was the best mic ever. I had that mic forever, ever. Man, that mic was so cool. I think one of my kids have it. Anyway, that's okay. They can have it. Anyway. So yesterday, by the way, it's actually a cheapie. Probably, studio cheap, a cheap studio. Like if you go to a studio, you probably God, I can't even think. Like a $19 room an hour. You'll probably find those mics in there. Again, my whole life, the one thing can't really understand too much is when people complain about certain things. Oh, you got to get this and make it sound like I've proved to be able to tweak things naturally. You do it with your own friggin' fingers. You lower the volume and talk into the mic. You raise the volume. You know that because you know why? Because you're so like addicted to hearing yourself that you just don't care what it sounds like. I used to not care about what things sound like, probably because I was depressed. Anyway, I am loving this. I am loving this. I'm like supposed to be doing things like cooking, okay? But you know what? I had to come out and talk about it because why? Because something happened. I can't tell you. No, I'll tell you. See, I'm doing this ACBN update and not an artisan review because I had to, have to talk Risco caught into letting me do this because he took over. He completely subdued, okay, the entire studio, and he said, "No, you're not doing artisan circuit review." I was like, who the frig are you? And so I didn't do artisan circuit review. Anyway, so this is really a show to explain that this whole entire broadcasting show or network is going to be closed for 2 weeks. As you could tell, I'm sitting here talking about the technology like I didn't know what the word on or off means. I don't know what happened to me, man. When I had the accident, I seemed to like forget things, get nervous over the smallest things. Like, oh my god, because I can't, it's a different type of thinking now. It's like, you got to hold up, But at least some of my mechanics are pretty good the same, or whatever. It's almost like I don't want to do anything but talk right now because this is it, man. This is it right here. We are touching the citadel of a great feeling. I don't know why this keeps happening, but it's not. I don't know what. Let's just. Well, anyway, this calls, and I'm so proud that I can't believe I'm about to take I guess you could say morning. This is legally morning, but kind of like night party. What we're going to do is we're going to take a break, all right? This is pretty good. I'll talk about the artist later, so here we go. Big shout out to Candiria from Brooklyn, New York.
And we're back. So anyway, see, this thing is going down. Oh man. Oh, that's that. Oh, you son of a bitch. Man, that shit was like going down like like a fucking uh who cares? Uh Anyway, big up to Candiria again. Candiria is crazy, man. I was loving the, you know, metalhead vibe when I was a kid. And I was listening to a lot of, I don't know what you call it. I guess I thought it was death metal when I was a kid, but it was more like I was like a wicked kind of scream death metal, you know? And like, you know, like bands like At the Gates or Dahlia Dahlia Murder. Is that my saying it right? Oh man, I'm so sorry. I love that band. Dahlia Murder. Black Dahlia Murder. Jesus Christ. I was just listening to them. See, I forget. It's this neurology thing, man. It sucks. Anyway, I'm not gonna be. Anyway, so man, I tell you, I was. I think I was at the Wave in Staten Island in the '90s. Okay, I I was on this Biohazard kick, and that's how I met Biohazard fans. That's how I met people to or whatever information, and I mean how I got the information for Life of Agony, and that's how I started getting all these bands. That's how I met Candiria. Anyway, that's a Brooklyn club shit a long time ago. Um, I was in the Wave in Staten Island, and there was this band like Something the Edge or Razor's Edge, and and they were like really cool, like kind of hardcore band. You know, like they were awesome, and I was there to see them, and they were like, "Oh, you're not here to see Candiria?" And I was like, "Candiria?" I was like, "Who's Candiria?" And they were like they wanted to pick up the end of the mic stand and hit me right in the head with it. Like, don't you ever, mother.
What's the matter with you? I apologize. What's the matter with you?
And I was like, I could not believe that was the band. Like, why didn't any? This is the second time this. I mean, this is the first time this thing happened to me where I felt like it's like, wait a minute. Why wasn't anybody making a big deal about this? This is like, you know, I don't want to get into that shit right now, but big shout out to Carly Coma, lead singer of Candiria. I don't care what nobody says. Candiria is not just a good band. Candiria is an important band, you know. Um, I'm so glad that I'm not really jumping into the news right away. And I am extending the image of ACR. Don't tell Risco Carter. That guy can throw somebody off a building. Oh. Well, that was the song, Process of Self-Development, with the heartbeat. I never heard anything like that. They opened up with that, and the guy was like taking hits out of a gigantic roach. And it was like, and
It was one of the gods. It was a melanated young man. He was like, blah! I can't even do it. I'm gonna die after I did that. I gotta take a drink. I got some balls. Let me see if I can do it again. He was like, blah! See, almost. Well, I'm fucking around though. I'm making fun of it, but he was like that, but like the music was like, and I was like, who the hell is this? And it was like Candiria was God. Hardcore death metal, wicked scream like evil incantation. Well, I should say incantation. There's a lot of bands that have that kind of death metal sound, that like more like that transition of metal, of that wicked metal. Nya, 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 nya. Oh man, I love what's his name? You know who I'm gonna say. The guy that was like, a lot of people had that thing about the white makeup with the black eyes. It wasn't just Kiss, but I'll tell you what, they had the right idea. I've seen those beings, I've seen them a lot of times. And they very powerful because of their, quantum abilities. And I think they take people's bodies over. I had an ex-girlfriend. She had a spirit like that, or I saw it. Yeah, the white, death white with the black around the eyes. I was like, holy crap when I first seen it, because I've seen it before. This people say entity or whatever, but no, it's a person. Kiss surely had the right idea. Night and Titan service. Nah, I'm joking around. I think somebody said that's not true, but we all know. Nah, whatever. If it's, I don't care. It's cool. A long time ago, this guy, he was like, if I had to choose between God and the devil, I'd choose the devil. I said, why? He said, because he's cooler. Boy, Artie. Wherever you are, buddy. I say hi to a lot of people, People in the past, people change, man. Nobody says hello anymore. Nobody talks. Back in the day, I had 60 million friends. Like an ocean of people to hang out with. Talk, listen to music. Smoke JB. Anyway. I love this. I love doing this. I don't know why. Is it a torture? But I'm glad to now. I have no choice. I have that spirit holding those imaginary time clocks that are like, I don't know, $60,000. They hold them and they almost like the clicker, but it's different. It's like a time clock. And production assistants, they come around. They're like, oh, you had 10 seconds. Better move your ass. But they're not telling you. They're just showing you the fun. And that's what I need. So I needed that. You know when I needed that? I needed that on frickin' Malignos Ritual Workshop when I used to host that. Because, oh, man, I was so mad. I used to tell a story, and then I'd be going into something else, and I'd forget. And people like... But I was talking about so much esoteric stuff that people didn't care. They were like, I had like 39 people That's a lot of people for whatever. I thought it was a lot. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I mean, when you people that follow are not always gonna do that thing where they sign up for the thing. Anyway, I think a lot of people that tune into it, they clip, you know, I don't know how they do their whatever internet thing that they do, but I have this feeling like they let a lot of people in to that link free, no problem. It's supposed to be all over, but what they do is like they probably like just the local inner wherever they're at that city, and then the surrounding cities. But anybody else, like if it's coming from the other side of the country or a total different state, or even across the globe, even though it's an American link, they will like pressure you. You gotta sign up. See what I'm saying? Uh, Sorry if I'm too close to the mic. I don't think I am, so don't worry about it. Sorry, I was just hanging out too much with Risco Carter. I remember a long time ago he was a butcher. Yeah, he was an assistant, but it was just a